Hey guys, I'm a little bit late tonight. Just one of those nights where everything seemed to happen one after the other, but it's all good. I'm here now. And of course the kids have decided this is the time. I can't even yell at them because I've got you guys. Okay, so hopefully they won't make too much noise there in the background. I did tell them I was going live and to try and keep the noise down. I hope everyone is well. It is... yeah, just crazy right now, hey? I wanted to show you, yesterday I went live on my Facebook page here and I was going to show you something new, and then I got talking about a whole heap of other stuff and I forgot. And I said I might come back on today and show you those new things. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to show you what I've got we've got a new release coming out in April. Hello everyone. I can see a few people on, but I don't know who's here yet. Hi Louise, I can see you there. Say hi when you pop on, that'd be great. Hey Michelle, how you doing? How's things at the hospital? Oh my goodness, is it busy? I've got no clue of what that might be like working there, so I don't know whether you can cocoon yourself away in your office or what's happening. But I have a fantastic new suite of products to show you. Not available yet. I just thought something new that just arrived, and so it's new to me. I've made a couple of cards with it so far, and I thought I'd make another one tonight. Hey Katrina, how you doing? But we'll see, because I'm still kind of working out what I'm doing with this set. But it is really, really pretty. It's called Ornate Garden. It's a whole suite of products. You can buy everything in the suite if you want to. It's $238, but there's also the option to pick and choose individual pieces, of course. So, you know, there's an embossing folder, there's 2 stamp sets, 2 die sets, ribbon pack, embellishments, and a beautiful pack of DSP. So let me show you them. And it might be easier if I pop the phone in the holder. So just be, hey Denise, how you doing there? How was work? How did that meeting go? Is it all right? I hope everything's happening. I know one person so far who's had some, she's been put off for a while. They want her back when things return to normal, but yeah, I felt very sad for her, although she seemed to cope with it pretty good. Don't know really whether I would have been coping as well as she was, but anyway, I'm very lucky that I get to keep working. Even if money does slow down a little bit, that's okay. At least I'm still working and still loving what I do, so it's a good distraction from everything that's going on. All right, I'm going to pop the phone in the holder. Let me just, I should have had this organised before I started, how high I want it to be. Not that. All right, just give me a second. I'm actually going to put this just here for a tick and move this up so that I've got more room to work. And see if that helps us. I'm going to switch the phone around so I won't be able to see your comments. Hi Emma, hey Lynn, how you doing? You have to tell me when your order comes, Emma. I'm sure it won't be long. I'm pretty sure it's been shipped. I should check that for you. But I will send you a private message if it hasn't been shipped. Otherwise you can assume that it has. So it's, yeah. There was, actually I think I've been really impressed with how quickly orders are arriving at the moment, which is good for me and for my customers too. So that's pretty exciting. All right, let's switch the phone and see how we go. All right, let's put that in here. All right, just tighten this up so it doesn't fall down halfway through, because that would be bad. Whoop, bit wonky. Sorry guys. There we go, that's better. All right, can you see? All right. Okay, so I might start with one of the stamp sets first. We have 2 stamp sets, as I mentioned, and this is them. So we have one that is words and one that is just images. This one is called Ornate Thanks. and I don't know if you can see it, but we've got these big words. I always like big words on a card, and then little words that like complete the sentence, which I really, really like. So we've got, you know, thank you, and then you can put it together with something else, you know. You're amazing for all your help. Just wanted to say thank you. So you can have the words before or after. They're so grateful, and, you know, from, you know, for everything. So here's a card. Thanks, you're amazing. Thanks for all you do, from all of us. All those different little sayings, and I love the font. So we've got a lovely big bold font here for the big words, and a beautiful little script for the sentence completion. So I think that's really pretty. I've always liked it when you get to mix fonts on a greeting. I think that looks great. Okay, and then of course we've got the pretty little flower set here. This one's called Ornate Style, as you can see. Now, the difference between the two, this one is a photopolymer set, so you can see it's got the clear stamps, and this one is a cling set, so it's the rubber. Okay, so you've got the two different ones. I've only used a couple of images so far. I've used the big flower image, which I thought looked really pretty, and I've used this little daisy, and I'll show you a couple of cards I did with it already. Actually, one of the cards I did, I'm not sure what I've done with that, but that's okay. I can always show you a different one. Alright, so they're the two stamp sets in the set. Like it. And then to go with that, we have a DSP pack. Now, this is a specialty pack, which means you've got your foil designs on one side of some of the pieces. So this one here has like a beautiful floral design on the back, a small floral, and then on this side you've got the gold like swirls. This colour is terracotta tile, and that's the orangey colour in this pack. That's the one that matches. Okay, then we've got just white with daisies and different flowers. I think that's really pretty, and I thought I might do something with that for you tonight. And on the other side, yellow with some little terracotta flowers. This is like a terracotta tile, just a basic simple piece with a small design. I find small designs very easy to use. Sometimes bigger designs can be harder to use. I'm sorry about my little birdie. He's chirping over in the corner because he can hear me talking. And on the other side we've got the daisies on a little yellow background, which is actually quite pretty. Then you can see the colours. They're a little bit earthy in this one. So, you know, corals, yellows, white, green. Very pretty. The green is, there's mint macaron, and there's also old olive in there. So a couple of different greens. See, that's more old olive, that one, with a small design. Can you see it? It's very, very pretty. It'll go with lots and lots of things. That's that one. We've already seen that one. Oh, no, we didn't see that one. That's a different one. Gold foil, but small flowers, where the other one was gold foil with bigger flowers. Remember? So this one has the big flowers, and this one has the small flowers. And I might be nearly towards the end. Oh, on the back of that one is your yellow and white daisies. And this is really pretty. This is like old olive with green, with gold swirly, little swirly things, little swirly florally things. I don't know exactly what you would call them, but they're very pretty. That's this one that we looked at. I did a card with this one already. Here it is. Okay, so there's this paper here that I've used on this card, which I think looks really pretty. So you've got different size images, which is really cool. You've got your bigger flowers, and you've also got your small flowers, so little flowers as well. This little guy here is very pretty. And of course you can colour them in any way you like. So with your blends markers, with regular markers, with sponge daubers, with watercolour pencils, you could do a whole bunch of different things with these images and have a lot of fun with them. I always like images that I can colour. So that's the DSP, that's the paper. So it is a specialty with that foil, and it's quite pretty. And as you can see, the colours just go together so beautifully. You might also notice a couple of other things on here. So here is the little daisy, this one here. That's the one that I've popped onto this little frame. And the frame, if you're wondering, is one of the die sets that is in this bundle as well. Okay, isn't that beautiful? So you've got lovely card front size, and then you've got some smaller ones, different ones that fit inside each other. There's even a lovely long stitch rectangle there. That's beautiful. Very nice. So I think these are going to be really popular. What do you think? Do you like them? I think they're really going to be useful. Lots and lots of different types of cards, and as you can see, I've used this one here on this card. Just used a piece of Whisper White, stamped my little flower on it, and coloured it in with my blends markers. And it's very simple to do, but looks really pretty. And I think this intricate design looks like you went to lots of trouble, but actually you just ran it through your die cutting machine. Now, other things on here. This lovely satin ribbon is part of a ribbon pack that comes with this bundle. So here they are. So there's the terracotta tile and the old olive, and don't they look nice together? And it's really, I'll try and get it close to the camera so you can see. It's a lovely satin ribbon with a bit of sheen on it. Very, very easy to tie, easy to work with. For those who don't like tying ribbons, there's usually other solutions that you can play. But what I find with a ribbon, you just sort of make your basic bow and then pull the ends out until, keep tightening it up, pull the ends out until you've got the size that you're happy with, and snip the ends off. It might mean you waste a little bit of ribbon when you're snipping off the ends, but you'll always get a better bow that way if you sort of tweak it and pull at it until you're happy. Anyone who can do a bow just straight up, I think they're fibbing, because I think you need to work at a bow to make it really lovely, and keep pulling the ends until you get the size and the shape that you like. To attach your ribbon, I use glue dots. So glue dots are fantastic for this sort of thing. So you would just put the bow, the center of the bow, straight onto the glue dots, give it a good hard push, take it off, and then the glue dot comes with it. So that's now got adhesive on it, and it's ready to go. Just quickly snip the ends off. I'm not using my ribbon scissors because they're out of reach at the moment. Well, that's a bit naughty, isn't it? But anyway, you're going to get the idea. So I make these the size that I want to have, and then I'm ready to attach that to my project. I'll stick it on my stand for now. But the two ribbons go beautifully together, and of course they match the paper perfectly, so they're really nice. Then we have another die set. Now this one is really pretty. It's got beautiful flowers and shaped, and this is an edge. These are edges, okay? So you can add an edge to your paper, and there's a couple of lovely edge shapes. There's also some little flowers here that you can layer over the other pieces. And here's one I've half done. So I'll finish it off in a second. But see that edge piece there? That's this piece out of this edge set. Alright, it's very, very pretty. And one side cuts all the way through, so that's your outside edge, and this one doesn't, only partially cuts, so that's the inside edge, so that you can just do your piece there, lay it down like that. Now if I actually wanted to cut this out so it's just a border all by itself, there is also a piece that allows me to cut both sides of it. So if you can see, this one fits straight onto here. Can you see that? So this this will cut out that shape, so you just get a standalone piece. In fact, I've got one. Here's one I prepared earlier. Alright, so it's hard to see because I've actually cut it from gold glimmer paper, and I haven't pushed all the pieces out. You might be able to see the pieces on the back. You can see it's cut through, but from the front side it's kind of hard to see. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm using it on the little, you guys have probably seen these. We used to have the die brushes in the last catalogue, which were just a standalone brush with a handle. Now we have the brush attachment that fits onto your pick your tool. Sorry, take your pick tool. Let's get my terms right. Okay, so this comes with the putty end, so you can pick up little things, and the other end has the pokey tool and also a flat tool for picking up things, or getting under things. Really, really handy. And then you can also get this dye brush, which comes with a couple of these foam mats, and this actually will screw. You take the other end, the what do you call it, the putty tool off, and then you just pop this in, and we just screw that into the end. So now it's like the Take Your Pick tool has a whole new use. Okay, so very handy. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop it down, and I'm going to run it on my mat over this die cut piece, and most of the pieces will pop out, if not all of them. Now if any of them don't, and if anyone wonders what you do with all those little pieces, I drop them on the floor because that's what vacuum cleaners are for. And I have 2 children, one of whose job is to do the vacuuming, including this room, and that's rather good because it means I don't have to worry about it. Alright, there we go. So you can see how it cuts a standalone piece that you could then use as a border on your card. Very pretty. I might use that in a minute. We'll see. Right. Okay, pop that to one side. But you can see all these lovely pieces, how they all fit together. So you've got this one to cut those edges out. You've got lovely lacy edges and your floral edges as well. And I really love this kind of, it's a swirly floral edge, and it's very, very pretty, and I can't wait to play around with that a little bit either. Okay, so they're the 2 stamp sets and the 2 die sets and the DSP, and we also had a little look at the ribbon, and I think the only other thing to show you are these cute little things. Now these are what do they actually call them? I should look that up, but they're basically like little faceted gems, gold faceted gems. They're absolutely beautiful, and they're adhesive, which means you haven't got to worry about trying to get, you know, glue behind them or anything. They just pop straight on, and you put them on your project. See, here's one here. So I've put a couple, 3 in fact, on here, different size ones, the little one, bigger one, and the medium size one down the bottom. And it pulls it all together. I've just got a little strip of gold because I wanted the gold. I like the gold with these colours, which is why the foil, the gold foil, is in some of the paper as well. There we go. Very simple little card. This one is just a piece of terracotta that I've cut, the terracotta tile colour, and then I've put a strip of the paper on top of the DSP. So I might finish that card off first. I'm not going to do a lot tonight. We're giving our best shot at homeschooling here at the moment, as I'm sure lots of you guys are as well. Luckily, my son has surprised us all by actually enjoying the experience of homeschooling, and he's been sitting at the table and logging in and talking to his friends online, and that's kind of cool. So I'm just going to finish this card off because I was working on it before. And all I've done is I've cut a 2-inch circle punch, which I've just cut a piece of glimmer paper, and I've already stamped my thanks from this lovely stamp set just onto a strip of white paper. And I'm going to grab out my banner punch. This is one of my favourite punches. I use it so much, and I'm just going to flag the ends of this. There we go, just like that. And the other end as well. So you can see where it goes here, and you know, you can kind of judge how far in you need to go. And that's about right. Okay. I'm just thinking that that might be quite nice, just sitting across there like that. It would look good, and I might do it next time on a piece of black and actually emboss my word on it. That would look nice too. Right, so I might just... I've got some terracotta tile ink right here, and I've just got a sponge dauber. I'm just going to go around the edges. There's all these little details that make your cards look that little bit more polished. always have a few sponge daubers in different colours, or if you don't have any sponge daubers, get yourself some. They're the best things. And I'm just going to pop a couple of dimensionals behind here. And now, because I've been working on this, I don't know who's here and who's said hello and who hasn't, so I'm actually going to pop my head up and have a little look at the video and see who I can say hi to. So you'll have to excuse me while I do that. So just a really simple, actually that's not quite straight. We don't like not quite straight. I'm just going to move that. That's better. And on here, like I've already done this piece, this ribbon that we had before, but I'm worried that that ribbon is actually a bit too much terracotta, because I've got terracotta here and terracotta in here, and I'm wondering if I'd be better off with the old olive ribbon. Let me have a look. Maybe. I just think it might stand out a little bit more. This is really nice ribbon to tie. Hey there, Chris. Hi, Anne. Hi, Jan. Angela. Hello. Monica. Hey, Maria. Just going to tie this up and decide which one I prefer. Do I prefer, what do you guys think? I think maybe the green stands out more, but we also have the option of the terracotta. Does anyone have a preference? Hey Denise, how you doing? My birdie really wants to be in this conversation. Have you noticed? He's very vocal tonight. I just dropped my scissors somewhere. I had them a moment ago. You all saw me use them. Okay, well there they are. So, whoop, I made a mess of that one. Paper snips, just so I should tell you this, are not ideal for cutting ribbon. They really aren't. And I have a pair of ribbon scissors which I've managed to misplace. I'm not sure exactly where they are. They can't be far away. So, do we go orange or do we go green? I think green. I think the terracotta is too much. Who else said olive? Yeah, I've had a few people agree. I think olive too. Yep. Okay, so I'm going to pop this on my glue dot. And I'm just going to pop that right there. Pull these pieces out. If you need to make your ribbon just a tiny bit smaller, you can pull your ends a little bit. And you can always trim off those ends again if you need to. I will make that one just a little bit shorter. There you go. I'm calling that a completed card. Very simple. There's not a lot to it, but this special detailed edge makes it look amazing, don't you think? So there we go. We've got a couple now there. Alright, let's do another one. I'm making it up as I go, because that's what I usually do. Alright, I'm thinking, what colour will I use? Now, we do have, one of the colours in here is early espresso, so I'm thinking, actually, I know exactly what I want to do. It's funny how ideas just come to you all of a sudden. For anyone who's interested, I did post a picture today of my project that I'm doing as an online class this week. It's a beautiful project that uses the Mountain Air stamp set. And I'm thinking I'm thinking that that would be a great way for anyone who thinks that Stamp Club could be a good go. It's a good way just to test it out without the commitment. So if you're interested in that, then let me know. Okay, I'm cutting this at the 9cm mark. Yep, right there. And I'm deciding which way will I go. I'm going to go down this end actually. So 9cm from the bottom, so I've got a 9 by 9 piece here. And I'm going to make this piece slightly larger. And I'm going to go 9.5. So it's 0.5 centimetre bigger on each side. Okay. So I've got my terracotta tile here. I'm also going to use crushed curry. I think that would be nice. And also going to use old olive. You see, yep. So this one has already been used for crushed curry, so that's perfect. So, opening up, using my sponge dauber, I'm just going to, I do this quite a lot. I love sponging, and especially love sponging on foil. So I'm actually going to start in the middle, and I'm going to kind of push my colour from the middle out. There we go, that's a start. You can always come back and add more colour, but let's see how we go. Then I've got, this one got any on it? No, this one's good. Crushed curry. Let's see how that goes. Now there's actually a new colour in this pack, and we haven't seen it yet, but I can tell you it's a yellow, so I'm using a colour similar to that. So not being particularly precise, I'm just sort of dabbing here and there. Not worrying too much about keeping in the lines or any of that. Right, let's go with some old olive. And if you wanted to be more precise, of course you could use blend markers, you could use, you could even use some blender pens. Whoops, this is a leaf, but the other one wasn't. That's okay. Right, we're getting some colour on there anyway, and I'm just deciding for the last colour, what will I do? Well, because it coordinates, but it's not exactly the same, I'm thinking I'm going to go Calypso Coral and just see how that blends in with these. It probably won't be all that different. It's a little bit brighter. So I'm being really quite rough. I'm leaving a little bit of white space because I think it adds some emphasis to it. And I'm going to get just a dry cloth and rub over it. Okay, it's not looking too bad. I'm actually going to just add a little bit more around the edges here. Actually, I'm sorry, you can probably hear my teenage daughter talking to her friends. I'm sorry if that's distracting. Yep, that's better. Okay, so I'm just going to use a little bit of snail. And we're going to pop that on here. Now I'm deciding, oh, I know what I didn't show you. I didn't show you the embossing folder that's part of this suite. I might have not brought that over. Might have to go and get that. So yeah, I knew I was missing something. I was thinking, I'm sure there was something else. And there is. It's a beautiful embossing folder. Right. And I've got a nice little word here that at the moment I'm using a bit because I think it's really appropriate for the moment. This one says, thinking of you with all my heart. Just on a scrap here. The time, I think this is timeless label punch. I need to probably check that. Actually, I'm just deciding whether this is the best one or whether I'm better off using something else. Just deciding. I will try with this. I might need a bigger piece of paper though. I thought I could get away with this scrap, but I don't think I can. Right, I'm actually going now. That is slightly skew-if because it didn't quite fit, but we can fix that. I don't know if you guys have ever done this trick. If you put it in the back, into the punch area, it's a little bit fiddly, but you can do this. I can actually slightly modify the shape of this. It is tricky, but it can be done. Now I've said that, I won't be able to do it. No, here we go. Okay, and there's a tiny bit of an edge there. Or I could just start again, that would be probably fine too. So I'm going to do what I did before, and I'm going to go around the edges. With any of the colours is fine. And I've got a slight bump. I'm not too worried because I'm planning on putting a little bit of ribbon on here anyhow. Right, a couple of dimensionals behind there. Take the backs off. I think a little bit of gold on here would be really nice. And let me see if I have... for my little strips I've been using my mini trimmer. If anyone's wondering about the mini trimmer and how you get one, this is actually a gift for joining Stampin' Up! At the moment. So this is only way to get it is when you join, you get one as part of your joining gift. And that deal runs out next week, the 31st of March. I'm actually going to take the edge off. It's really good, that mini trimmer, for cutting little strips of paper. I actually have been finding it so much easier. So I've got a little mini guillotine, and it's so much easier than actually trying to use your big trimmer to cut a small strip. And you can use your big trimmer to cut a small strip, but this is a lot easier. So anyone else homeschooling, doing that whole thing? Now I'm just going to show you a cool little thing that I think is worth knowing. I've made this one, this has turned out, this whole square, including the terracotta piece, is 9.5 centimetres by 9.5 centimetres. And the reason I go with that measurement is because if I am making a little square card, I can get 3 out of a piece of cardstock rather than the 2 that you would normally get out if you were making a standard size card. So sometimes it's just an economical thing to do. So let me show you how that works. I've got my sheets of thick white cardstock here, and I'm going to be opening this up because I will use the full measurement of my trimmer in a second. I'm actually going to be measuring this sheet. It's 29.7 centimetres long here in Australia. So that means if I make it 9.9 centimetres for each card, it fits perfectly. So 9.9 is close enough to 10. So that's 9.9. So I'm going to get exactly 3 if I cut each one at 9.9. That means these are all going to be exactly the same size. See? Identical size. But I want it to be a square, and it is a little wider, okay? So what you want to do is you want to cut this piece, instead of being 21 centimetres wide, excuse me, instead of 21 centimetres wide, we're cutting it to just under 20, so it's 19.8, which is twice 9.9, okay? Excuse me, I should have had a glass of water before I started. Okay, so then I'm going to fold that in half because it's now a square. And because this is 9.9 centimetres square, this 9.5 square fits exactly inside perfectly. So I quite often work with this size cards. I had one of my team ask me the other day if I could make a video showing how to cut, you know, your measurements for your cards and your standard cards and all that kind of stuff. This is certainly one of the cards that I like to work with. If I'm making a small square card, they are always this size. So the card ends up being 9.9 centimetres wide, and folded it's a square, 9.9 centimetres square. But if you actually extend it out, this full measurement from here to here is 19.8. Okay, so just under 20, which makes it perfect. If you were to make this piece here 10 centimetres by 10 centimetres, which is only 1 millimetre more, you wouldn't get 3 out of a piece of cardstock. You'd only get 2, and the third piece left over would be a little bit too small. So if you want to standardise your cards when you're making these little square cards, that's the size that I would make. I hope that's helpful to somebody. Okay. So very simple little card, nothing much to it. I've just sponged some colour over the top. We've added a little bit of green here and there. We've got the green sentiment. If anyone's wondering, that sentiment comes from the Peaceful Moments stamp set. So it's this one here that says thinking of you with all my heart. And then there's all these other great little sentiments that are fantastic. It's a really nice happy birthday actually. So I've been using this quite a bit, but this is the one of the ones that matches the poppy set. Okay. Now I can see it's a couple of people have written things. Oh, it's fuzzy, is it? Ooh, if it looks like it's out of focus a little bit, I wonder if it's just maybe it's as simple as a screen that needs a lens that needs a clean, maybe. Yeah, you're at home, Louise. Everyone's probably at home, I'm guessing. Because I normally run a class on a Wednesday night, and of course I'm not running classes right now. So I'm thinking Wednesday nights might be quite a good night for me to run something here. And I don't know how it suits everybody else, but seeing as everybody else is at home, it's probably not such a bad thing anyway. Probably doesn't matter when I do them. I've been a little bit random with my times of popping on, and that's partly because my life, I'm still working out what my new routine is. I'm not sure. Kids are home and or kind of home. I've had Emma sort of doing her last couple of days at school, and we're winding her down now, so she'll stop very, very shortly. But Ben's already stopped, so yeah, it's all up in the air, and I'm sure everyone else feels the same. Okay, I think I might call that a night for now. I hope you've liked that little card and the other ones that I showed you as well. So these are very pretty. I'm really, really loving all these colours. These are really nice colours to work with. And I hope you like all the new dies. I mean, how gorgeous are these? They are really stunning. And I think it's going to be a really popular set. So this comes out in April, comes out next month. I'm glad you like the cards. Have a fantastic night, you guys. I'm going to go off and maybe pour myself a glass of something and sit down and relax. I'm deciding whether I'm going to watch a movie or read a book or do something nice. I've got a husband on night shift at the moment, so it's just me and the kids. But apart from a few little altercations between the two of them, they're not doing too bad, really. Pretty happy that they've managed to work out to get along most of the time. Okay, guys, I hope all is well with you. I'm just going to pop my face back on here again, so give me a second. Okay, all right. So I hope... I was going to show the embossing folder. Okay. Give me a second. I was selling houses. Believe me, I've just bought a house. I think I'm over selling and buying houses at the moment. But you might find it interesting. Yeah, we might not be... I think we're going to be here for a good long while. Not going anywhere, especially if the prices all go crazy. Hang on and see if I can find this embossing folder for you. I am not sure where I put that. I thought it was here with everything else, but unless it's fallen onto the floor. I tell you what, I'll put a picture of it up. How about that? I'll do that, and you can see it. And you know what? Even better, I'm going to make a card with it. So as soon as I locate it, I'm going to get it out and make a card, because I actually have a card in mind that I want to make with that embossing folder as one of the focal points. So that might be the way to go. Oh, thank you. Thanks, Denise. Yeah, thank you for reminding me, Emma. I'm terrible at staying on track. My mind just goes and at the moment it seems worse than usual. So I think everyone's probably in the same boat. It's all a little bit crazy. Thank you for joining me tonight. It's really lovely to have you guys here, and I will keep posting stuff. Please do check in every now and then and see what I'm up to, and I hope that I'm able to provide you with something that's a little bit more fun to watch than the news right now, and hopefully a bit of an escape, because we really don't need to think about that all the time, do we? Nope. See you soon, guys. All the very best. Don't forget, it is the last week of celebration. I know that there's a lot of people who might not be looking at spending money on product at the moment, and that's okay. I just love having you here and engaging with me and being part of my community. Thank you so much. Oh, that's good. Thank you. But having said that, it is the last week of celebration, so if there is anybody who does need to purchase anything, keep that in mind, because every $90 gets you something for free, and they've just released some more new things only yesterday. So the things that they released new are not special celebration things. They're actually regular product they've decided to offer up as free with a $90 order. For example, I just got myself today the Rococo Rose Blends set. That was a freebie for a $90 order. So there's a few things like that in there, some unusual things that, like really random things. There's some rhinestones and some other bits and pieces that somebody may find useful. So keep that in mind if your order is even close to $90. See you guys. Have a great week if you can. Stay safe and stay well. Bye.